Welcome back to ZV Footy TV with your host, Alexis and Christian. On today's episode, we will be reviewing Inter Miami's dominant 4-0 win over Nashville in Game 3 of the MLS Playoffs. Before we start, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Dominant. Absolutely dominant performance. As the scoreline says, 4-0. It was a first half brace from the man of the hour, Leo Messi himself, and a second half brace from Tadeo Allende, another player that I personally would deem underrated on the team. Yes, he has had some very questionable moments on the team, but when it comes time to get onto the scoreline and to prove that he is a big moment player, he has proven it once again. He did likewise in the Club World Cup versus Palmeiras, put us up on the scoreboard for a solid 1-0 before ultimately the scoreline ended at 2-2. That's a different game though. Let's talk about this game. Inter Miami, 5 shots on target, 4 of them ended up being goals.
Crazy numbers.
I think it's fair to say Inter Miami were absolutely clinical. Nashville had 4 shots on target, no goals. Think they might have a finishing problem, even though they do have the likes of Sam Surridge, who was in the Golden Boot race, and Hani Mukhtar, who, since 2020, has been proven to be a very influential player on the Nashville roster. Yet again, that's still, in my opinion, not enough when you come up against the likes of Leo Messi, Sergio Busquets, Rodrigo De Paul, and Jordi Alba.
I love how you kept out Suarez too.
Luis Suarez, in my opinion, has, other than his 10 goals this year and a few assists here and there, I don't think it merited a contract extension for this year, and I personally don't think it merits a contract extension for next year either. But that is a different topic.
I definitely agree with that. You can tell the age is getting to him, but yep, like you said, that is a different topic. We'll talk about that eventually. But like you said, 4-0 scoreline, Nashville had nothing. They couldn't do anything. Throughout the whole game, we were pressing. We had Messi pressing up front. I can't tell you the last time I seen this man press like that. He really wants to go out there and win this MLS Cup.
Yeah, Inter Miami need to win the MLS Cup this year. We need to make a point. We need to let other teams in this league know that we're here to win. And after last year's disappointment, there's no excuses this year. No excuses to not win, not to win at all. I personally think we're going to go all the way if we're going to be there at home watching the MLS Cup final. If we haven't mentioned it before, Alexis and I are season ticket holders, and we have been season ticket holders since 2020. So it's fair to say we have indefinitely been fans way before Messi. We've been there for some really great games, and we've been there for some really bad games.
All the rain delays we used to go to just to watch our team get smacked 4-5-0. Crazy.
Hey, and now to see them win and the success that we have is bittersweet.
Oh, it's amazing. It's
but
definitely amazing.
Let's dive in. Let's give some player ratings today.
Let's do it. Let's start off with the goalkeeper, with Rocco Rios Novo.
I don't think he faced much of a challenge in this game. Yeah, Nashville did have 4 shots on target, but I think it was a pretty quiet, standard game for Rocco Rios Novo. I don't think he was challenged exceptionally, but for the little challenges he did receive, I think he did his job. I would give him, out of 5, a standard 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. I can agree with that. He did have, like, a quiet night. He did come up with a save at the end with Hani Mukhtar's free kick, which if we go back to game 1, Hani Mukhtar did do an exceptional free kick.
He did do that.
But he did save at this point. Next up, we got the man himself, Ian Frey. He's one of my favorites on this team.
Ian Frey has to be one of my favorite players on this team. I rate him way better than Chelo Weigand. I don't understand what the hype is around Chelo Weigand. I will never understand what the hype is around a player like him. But Ian Frey has once again proven to be a reliable and dependable option at the right back position. I give Ian Frey a 4 out of 5 for yesterday's game.
I think I'm giving Ian Frey a 4.5. One thing I did see from the game that I really liked, on Messi's first goal, if you remember, he did throwing the ball, but he threw it to a Nashville player by accident. But he stuck to it. He won the ball back. The ball ended up on Messi's feet. That then we know it went into the goal. But I just like that tenacity that he did not quit. Even though he messed up, he did mess up the throw-in. He still went at it and finished off the play, and we ended up getting a goal from there. So definitely a great player, very young, and I think Europe's going to be knocking on the door soon for him. Next up, we got Maxi Falcon.
I have mixed feelings about Maxi Falcone in every game. For every 3 great things he does one questionable thing. I think yesterday he limited the amount of questionable decisions that he made in the game. He put in a solid performance, held it down, did not commit any unnecessary fouls, and did not unnecessarily let any other players run past him, as he's done in the past. I'd also give him a 4 out of 5.
Definitely, Maxi Falcone is questionable at some games. I don't know if you remember that dive he did, but we won't talk about that one. But yeah, no red card, so that's a win in his books. Next up, Noah Allen.
I still think Noah Allen is just too small for the center back position. I understand the insistence on playing Noah Allen. He is left-footed. He does seem comfortable at times. I think it just depends the opponent. Yesterday, again, Nashville's attack just wasn't there. So it was an easy night for him. I would give him a 3.5 out of 5.
Yeah, I think I give him a 3. Didn't have to do much. He is on the smaller side, obviously, but he holds his own. Definitely holds up his own. Next up, with an assist, Jordi Alba.
There's no words. This guy has to be the best left back to have ever graced the MLS. Absolutely wonderful performance. He did get an assist. As an attacking option, the sky's the limit with Jordi Alba. Defensively, again, depending on the opponent, his age does catch up with him. But yesterday, he did put in a solid performance defensively. And attacking-wise, I would give him a 4.5 out of 5.
Definitely. 4.5. The man is 36, and he still runs like a dog. He's running like he was back in Barcelona. Like, he does not stop. He's going up and down the flanks. The link up with Messi, we already know that. And he had caught an assist, so definitely great performance. Moving on to one of the main men of yesterday's game, Tadeo Allende. He got an assist and 2 clinical goals.
That brother, a brace. Call him a brace, man.
He's him.
And an assist. My opinion, that was man of the match material. But as you can see, even with 2 goals and assist isn't enough sometimes when you're competing against Leo Messi.
Yeah, you know the man of the match goes to him, but definitely Allende, great performance. I'd give him a 5 out of 5. That his second goal, that little dink, that thing almost touched the sky.
Yeah, 5 out of 5. From where we were sitting in the north stand, section 111, if you know, you know. From the angle that he took the chip on, we definitely thought it was going to go over, and it just crept right underneath the crossbar at the last minute. Wonderful goal from Tadeo Allende.
Next up, we're moving on to one of our newest players, Rodrigo De Paul.
Well, I personally still trying to see what the hype around Rodrigo De Paul is. I'm still questionable about him. I am very hypercritical of all the players that wear the Inter Miami jersey. Just because you are a star, you are not safe from criticism. I think Rodrigo De Paul, he is a dog, does chase the ball, does win the ball back, and does, he can move the ball forward from time to time. But I just think that Rodrigo De Paul, I'm worried that he's going to become complacent. And he's not going to try to be a better player than he is. I understand he's playing in the MLS. And it's a much softer league compared to European leagues. But nevertheless, he put in a solid game, won the ball back when needed, distributed the ball when needed. I would give him a 3.5 out of 5.
Definitely is a dog in the midfield. Works hard, runs back and forth, but I do agree he is complacent sometimes. I like Rodrigo De Paul. Might be more Argentinian bias, but it is what it is. He didn't have the greatest games. He did pick up a yellow card, but he's just a work machine. But like you said, I hope he does stay humble and tries to get a little better and just keeps playing, keeps winning the ball back for us. But I do want to see him shoot from outside the box. He's definitely lost that since he came here, and I don't know why. Next up, moving on to Sergio Busquets.
Quiet game from Sergio Busquets, in my opinion. That's what Sergio Busquets usually has done in his whole career, in my opinion. Just controls the tempo of the game, distributes the ball. Wasn't really tested defensively. I know defensively, at his age, he is very weak now. But offensively, he distributed the ball really well, controlled the tempo of the game. I would give him a 3.5 out of 5 also.
Yeah, 3.5 seems fair. Didn't do much, but that's what the game looked like. A 4-0 win. You sometimes don't really have to do much, but control the tempo and just move it on. Keep it going. Next up, Baltasar Rodriguez.
I really like Baltasar. He did integrate into the team a little late because of his injury. But the games that we have seen him in, some of the goals he has scored and assists he has provided, there's a lot of potential in Baltasar Rodriguez. I think he's a very dynamic player. He can be explosive at times, and he does take risks. And sometimes what this team has lacked in the past is a player who's willing to take risks. He's not one to be afraid to shoot from outside of the box, and he's not one to be afraid to take on a player 1v1. I think yesterday he was relentless on the attack. Had a few opportunities at goal. I would give him a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. I give him a 4.5 out of 5. Bangers. That's all he knows how to score. Just bangers. He didn't get a goal yesterday, but he's just always trying, always running. He's the type of player that he doesn't get many chances, especially as a starter. But when he does, he will go out there and prove himself why he should be starting over some other players. But definitely great performance, and hopefully we can see more from him. Next up, another player that's not usually a starter, but takes his chance every time he comes, Silvetti.
Yeah, Matteo Silvetti. Haven't seen much of him. He has played, I think, maybe 5, 6, 7 games at this point.
He was just away with Argentina with the U19 or U20, I
the
believe.
U20 World Cup.
He just came back, but yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen much. He is a player who is very eager to play. When he does play, he does make the most of his opportunity. I know a few games ago, or actually the first game he was subbed in, he took a very ambitious shot on goal. Keeper blocked it, but it shows the ambition and the risk he's willing to take. Yesterday, I think he's probably played his best game so far in an Inter Miami jersey. Was not afraid to take on defenders one-on-one and run straight at them. And ultimately, he did provide an assist for Leo Messi's second goal.
Yeah, great assist, composure. Any other young player would probably try to prove himself and shoot on goal, even if there is no angle. But straight composure, played it back to the Messi crashing into the box, and that led to the goal. And now, definitely the man of the match, the MVP, we got Leo Messi.
Brace man. That's all you could call him. That man has to have the record-breaking amount of braces in a single season in the MLS. And yesterday, again, another brace and an assist. One man of the match. I think, like Tadeo Allende himself, a 5 out of 5 performance. He's the man in the hour. I hope he continues the form because we have a tough game in Cincinnati next weekend. So we're definitely going to need everybody to be firing on all 8 cylinders. Leo Messi never fails to fire on all 8 cylinders, but we're going to need him more than ever. And just, I think we've all heard different people talk about Messi. There's no real necessity to add any further comment. We know who Messi is, and we know what Messi's capable of.
Yeah, we know what he can do, and we're seeing it every game. 2 goals and an assist. That's another day on the job for him, to be honest. Great goals, great awareness. Like I said in the beginning, he was pressing, which was surprised me a lot, especially at his age. Doesn't give up, and you can just tell it. Even though he's won so many trophies, he still wants his MLS Cup. He wants to win, and it's just the fire he has in him. Definitely give him another a 5 out of 5 for sure.
MLS Cup's going to be the hardest trophy he's ever competed for.
Yeah, for real. Champions League, who? All right, next up, we're going to be talking about the players that came on. In the 60th minute, we had Segovia coming on.
I think he came on strong. He was able to integrate into the game really well. I would give him a 3.5 out of 5. He helped control the tempo of the game, took players on one-on-one. It was and was able to hold the ball when needed.
Yeah, I really like Segovia. Every time he comes on, he just plays very direct. He knows what he wants to do. He'll take players on. He's not afraid to shoot. He has a great vision, too. He'll find passes and everything. So definitely a great performance from Segovia. He could have even been in starter, but hey, we had some good depth coming out the bench from him. Next up, Yannick Bright holding the midfield.
Yeah, came in, held the tempo of the game, controlled the game. He's just a great defensive asset to the team. I consider the insurance policy of the Inter Miami, but he did what he needed to do for a 15-minute cameo appearance.
Yeah, definitely some fresh legs in that midfield. Nothing more you can say. He held down the midfield and just showed why he should be playing and starting at some games as well. And then last guy that came on, Toto Aviles. Came on in the 90th minute. We pretty much know why he came on, just to hold down the 4-0.
Yeah, he didn't get a yellow card, so that's a successful game for Toto Aviles. So, 3 out of 5.
And let's talk about Javier Mascherano. What do you think of the tactics and also the substitutions he made?
I'd give Javier Mascherano a 4 out of 5. I think tactically he did chase the game. He looked for the game, and he was determined to have the team finish the game as early as possible. And I think he made some great substitutions in adding Talasco Segovia in the 60th minute for Baltasar Rodriguez. It gave the team a different element in the midfield. And then eventually he did sub in Yannick Bright at a very good moment. And Toto Aviles was just a touch.
Yeah, Mascherano actually had one of his best games as a coach. He tactically had the team lined up very well for Nashville. Nashville, as you can see, couldn't do much. So, hey, we did pretty good. Next up, we do have Cincinnati away. That's going to be a whole nother level right there.
So, we'll see you guys after the Cincinnati game. We'll give our thoughts and our review on the game.
I do want to say one more thing I did forget to mention. I hope that brother Taxeth, that brother needs to learn how to close his legs.
Yeah, getting megged twice by Leo Messi in the same game is, you need to go rethink your decisions before the game.
All right, so that was our review of the dominant 4-0 win from Inter Miami. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and give us your thoughts down in the comments below. See you guys later.